Hello parents, welcome to my Meet the Teacher presentation. This is certainly a new way of delivering it. I hope that it allows you to get a glimpse into our room, even though we aren't in the room together physically. I certainly do miss that part, as one of my favorite nights of the year is when we get to meet in that classroom and I get to put names with faces and make those connections. I look forward to doing that with you as the year progresses. This is the same presentation that I would do with you in person. I won't be reading all of the slides, and you're welcome to scroll back through the slides. I will also attach just the slide presentation so that you could just click through on your own later on if you wanted to reference some of this information. Please do not feel like you have to lock all of these bits of information away now. All of these will be reminders in the blog and in my emails and with your students as we begin to get our feet on the ground of being in the school routine again. So who is Mrs. Smith? This is my 21st year teaching. I taught for 18 years before taking 10 years off to stay at home and raise my girls. And now this is my third year back teaching, and I love it. I am a mom, wife, sister, daughter, and friend. I'm a follower of Jesus in desperate need of his grace daily, and I am so eager to partner with you. I want you to feel that I am approachable, that you can ask me any question, bring up any concern that you may have throughout the year. It is my goal to make fifth grade a very successful year for your son or your daughter, whatever that may look like for him or her. I am excited to see them grow and get to know who they are. I absolutely love being in the classroom, and I absolutely love getting to know your child. I want to know what makes them tick. I love knowing their likes and their dislikes and where you go as a family, and also getting to know them as a learner and finding the best ways to encourage them in their learning. Here's a lovely picture of my family. My husband and I have 3 girls. Ellery is in 7th grade at the middle school this year. Annie is actually in my 5th grade class, and Leah is in 4th grade. Holland Christian's theme for this year is Woven Together, and I am excited to see the why behind why all of these kids are in my particular class this year. I don't believe at all that that was random. I know that we are put together for his purpose and for his glory, and that however our class weaves itself together will be a reflection of his heart. As you know, at Holland Christian, all of our learning is done through the lens of Scripture. And so we have that Christian perspective and that integration woven through every piece of our day, beginning in the morning with our devotion time, our weekly chapels that will still be happening, even though maybe in a different form, and the faith integration that we're able to weave through each and every subject. And so whether it's daily, weekly, or monthly, that Christian perspective is a continual theme through all our day. On your own, if you are so interested, you are welcome to click on this slide later and read through some of our main units of study in 5th grade. I will point out just a couple things, and that is in math in particular, we are heavy into fractions and decimals in 5th grade math. It's a big year for math. We take it bit by bit, but that is where most of our focus will be. Mrs. Bexford will be teaching the social studies. I will be teaching the Bible, so they get a little bit of a different teacher, kind of prepping them for that 6th grade transition next year, as they're big 5th graders now. And so we build in a lot more responsibility. We don't just drop that on them. That is part of our plan and our gradual release of what they're allowed to do, both with their laptops and technology and in their subject areas. While I'm talking about technology, in 5th grade, we no longer get student iPads. Instead, the students will have their own laptops. However, the laptops will never be sent home. Those laptops stay at school in our computer cart. They are used as a tool to help in our learning and in our showing what we know, but they are not something that go home. That does not begin until their 6th grade year. Our encore schedule for the year. You do not have to memorize this. I have reminders on the blog, and they will be the students will also be reminded of their schedules. But I did want to point out, if you are new to 5th grade, you might be wondering what BOM is. BOM actually stands for Band, Orchestra, Music, because in 5th grade they get the choice of whether to participate in band, in orchestra, or in music. So during that encore period, the 5th graders split into 3 different classes depending on their interests, and then they come back after that. This year our homework will be quite minimal. We have reading minutes, which you are no doubt used to. They are 150 minutes per week. That breaks down to 30 minutes a day, but you are not required to do 30 minutes each day. If you have a busy day and they don't get any finished, that's fine. Maybe they do more on the weekends, but just so that somewhere in that week they've read enough to add up to 150 minutes, they bring those papers back on Monday. And again, that is your 5th graders' responsibility to remember, not yours. For reading minutes as well, I wanted to point out that in 5th grade for my class, any book that the student reads, any reading they do at home counts for reading minutes. So you don't have to worry about checking a book's level. If they're into comics, that's fine. A magazine, that's fine. Anything that they want to read, that they enjoy reading, they may read for their reading minutes. Spelling, or word work as it's sometimes called, will run throughout the week with our tests on Friday. Math, we really only have homework when we are reviewing for a test. A review will be sent home a couple days prior to the test, and that will be done at home. And there may be other reviews before tests. But again, in 5th grade, this is now your 5th graders' responsibility to know when their tests are, when their reviews are, and what reading minutes they have to do. So no longer do they come and say, oh, my mom didn't study with me for spelling. We really put that on the student to do, and they may certainly invite you to study with them, but it is their responsibility to do these things. If you've had a 5th grader in the past, you know that in the past we had 3-ring binders and we had planners, and the students had to get a signature every single day. We are not doing that same system this year. So if you're curious, where is my 5th grader's binder? I have to sign it. No, you don't. Instead, we are simplifying our system. They will just have a 2-pocket take-home folder. In that folder will be a reminder sheet for that week. There is no signature required. Field trips, unfortunately, have to be left to be determined. We certainly have a number of them that we've done. Most of them are indoors, so at this point in time we aren't allowed to do them. But if we dream up new ones or some of those others become available, we will certainly let you know. To communicate with me throughout the day, it is best if you email me at my school email, or if you call Mrs. Norman at the office. If it's nearer the end of the day and you have a switch in pickup or drop off, certainly just call her and she can make sure I get the message. If it's after 2 o'clock, say, you should do that. I usually check my email throughout the day when I have pockets of time, say a recess or an encore, but other than that, I might miss a message that comes later in the day. Your students will have a reminder sheet in their take-home folder that you can always look at, and I would encourage your 5th grader to look at that and report back to you. These are not your responsibilities, but theirs. And this is my blog address, where I will send out a weekly blog on Friday updating you with what we've done and giving some important reminders for the upcoming week. Above all, I would love to thank you for entrusting your son or daughter to my care in fifth grade. I am so excited to get to know them. There are some familiar names and faces, um, and some families that I haven't gotten to meet yet, and I'm looking forward to meeting you on Thursday. In this email, I will also attach the Sign Up Genius. If you haven't had a chance to sign up for Thursday and you would like to drop by school between the hours of 5 and 7 for 15 minutes of time where your son or daughter can put their supplies in their desk and find their locker, see the room, and say hi to me, I would certainly love to see you. If you have any questions along the way, please don't hesitate to let me know, email me. I would love to hear from you. I look forward to partnering with you in this upcoming year.